Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and the day has finally come. I have been able to build Astrius to 115 after several hours of trying to get this done. So today is going to be the day that I showcase him, at least at 115, not quite at 120. Before I get into that, I just wanted to say that at the end of this video, I'll be dropping a little clip of myself for anybody who wants to know more about who I am. I'm going to be introducing myself along with talking a little bit about some of the adventures I've done around the world. And for all of those of you that love Final Fantasy storytelling, I'll be talking a little bit about some of the projects that I do as a storyteller and a fantasy novelist. So that being said, let's get into the 115 showcase. Okay, so Astrius, I am running him basically with this setup right now. I've gotten him to full resonance on Dark Odin using the same VC and also using Titus's VC. I'm running him with Titus's shoes for the TMR with the luck up 15% and attack up 10%. Just basically swapped the trust stones off of Cloud's TMR or what was Rob's TMR on Cloud. The passives are not, the best passives they could be, and they don't have all the merged abilities, but I do have the attack up 16%. I basically use Titus's shoes for the agility and the extra crit, but I have his ability turned off. In terms of actual Astrius at 115, you can look at his stats. He's pretty freaking burly. 108 agility, over 8k HP, 1550 attack. His defense and spirit pretty good at 9 and 14, and his stats are, basically pretty well rounded. In his main job, I have all of his abilities on. One thing about this buff, it is a really good buff, but the problem is that for those of you who use Cloud, you know that he has his AP up on critical hit ability, and that's one of those buffs where he runs out and he'll buff a character, and then if he gets close to another character, he'll run over and do the same buff again. So Astrius has that same thing going on with this buff, which kind of gets in the way of him using his courage ability, which is this one right here. So that's going to be one of the cruxes in getting past, because I really think that this ability where he can heal himself is really, really worth it. So yeah, in terms of his sub job, I chose Strider basically because of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, seriously. I feel like all of his sub jobs will be good, so I'm just starting with this one. To just go over it really quickly, I have Call of the Wild off and Spirit Ward off, just because I really want him to use Indomitability and his other HP buff ability, the one that heals himself. I have Constricting Cleave on, Lupine Rend on, and Tiger Maw on. For his passives, I have Natural Instincts, which is basically accuracy rate and defense piercing rate. For the second one, Combat Refinement, it raises his attack and acquired AP, and I'm also using Prescient Advantage, which is like Gilgamesh's preemptive strike, so he'll hit first before they attack and recover his own AP, which is super clutch, especially when you're not running something like Bells or an AP Regan TMR. To quickly go over the other characters, I'm running a Yin-Yang team, Water and Lightning. On Esther, I'm basically running the exact same setup as before. I just want her to basically run out into the battlefield, get behind enemy lines, and just start slaying as much as she can. And for Celis, her stats are looking pretty good. HP almost at 11k, agility 104. I'm running her with Bahamut right now. I've also run her with Artemon in the past. I'm running her with the Water VC that raises the agility, along with the Black Rose Helena card that will raise the agility again. So that one's for Esther, really. Her defense and spirit are looking really good in the mid-30s, and her magic is over 1,000. And her stats, I could be running her full magic resist, but I'm kind of running her in the middle so she can survive both. But this is just a test comp, and I will be kind of working on it slowly as I keep going. So yeah, that being said, that's the team I'm trying out, so let's get into some battles. Alright, this looks pretty fair. 2 120s and a 115, and it's mono light. Let's kick it off. I'm so stoked. I've done a few fights with him so far. He is definitely looking to be super, super strong, especially at 115. He's already absolutely crushing. But I still think that I have a good amount of work to do just to get the comps really finely tuned. So hopefully we can get through some of that today. Alright, Elena running Stella Maris. That CT up on critical hit buff that Violet uses can be absolutely insane if her team starts to crit on every hit. Like, they just roll one attack into another attack into another attack. Okay, Elena used Stella Maris twice, although I think she will probably... Actually, I don't think she's going to get off her courage because Celis is going to run out. And it also looks like Violet did not get off her re-raise. Alright, but Celis's accuracy cannot hold up. Alright, let's see how this goes. Celis hanging on for dear life. Looks like Elena is going to try and take her down. And she barely hangs on. Okay, so hopefully Esther can get the hit right now. She's going to go for Engelbert. The tank among tanks. Ooh, hits him for 4k. Freaking savage. And then Astrius only hits him for almost 4k. Wow, that was tough. So now we're going to have to survive in a whole nother onslaught. And he gets the CT up. There's that prescient counterattack. Super good. Alright, so they get their attacks. Wow, they're still alive. Okay, Engelbert's on courage. He's probably going to cast it again. No, he uses Retribution Drain. Violet's struggling to keep her AP up. And Esther's on courage. She uses Bolting Slice. And Engelbert goes down. Violet goes down. Astrius recovering his HP slowly. Esther goes down. I do not think that Elena has courage on. And we're able to take them down. Alright, that's a super good start. Okay, so we're down to rank 500 right now. I do want to point out that I do not have Astrius's weapon built right now. So right now this showcase is with him using 2B's weapon, which only has slash attack up 10 for him. Yeah, he's pretty freaking awesome. Okay, so let's keep going. We're going to try a multitude of different teams. This one is lightning and water. That one would probably be pretty brutal. Maybe we'll come back to something like that. Here we have a mono water slash ice team. I think we have advantage over that too. Is this mono ice? Okay, we're not going to fight another light team since we just fought one. Maybe we can find... Alright, sweet. Let's fight mono wind. Alright, let's get into it. So as you can see, like, if you're paying attention to Astrius as he's going through the battle, he's like slowly replenishing his HP back to full. Like, he can get anywhere from like 1,000 to almost 3,000 HP back from this buff that he just used. So, but it is a double-edged sword. It's like, if he uses it twice and doesn't get off his courage, it can come back to bite. But when he uses it to continuously heal his HP in the battle, and when I think I get him to 120 and I can get his attack fully built, and I think that he'll probably be sitting close to like 1,800. There we go. Okay, so Esther got far enough away so that he could use it. Alright, Celis does it. Amazing 487 damage. Joom goes for the limit break. Super sick one, by the way. Esther with the quick action. 2B runs in. And Leela is going to take them down. Ooh, that was super clutch from Celis right there. Holy shit. Alright, Esther going for the limit break. Joom's going to probably tank the shit out of it. Which she does. Astrius kind of hanging back. Goes after 2B. His damage is a little bit low. But then again, he's not using his sword. Okay, she goes for the AoE water gun. 2B with the buff. And Leela is going to heal. Oh, she goes for the attack. Esther pops courage. She goes after Joom. Joom is still holding up. Okay, Joom finally goes down. Astrius is at full health. Celis goes after Leela. Esther goes after Leela. And Leela falls. And it's Astrius' turn. Can he take her down? And 2B falls. Alright, so that was against a full 120 mono win team. Now we're down to rank 400. Alright, so 2-0 so far. Looking freaking good. This dude is insane. Like, the kit that came on this character is just absolutely crazy when you compare it to everything else. Alright, so that's Mono Lightning. That would probably wreck us. I'm going to be doing some tests against Mono Lightning definitely in the future, but I think I'll probably wait until Astrius is 120. Let's see. Interesting. Is this a full... Here's a rainbow team. That's actually a kind of an interesting rainbow team. Let's see. Is this Earth? Oh, I would have tried actually. Alright. This will be fun. Full mono dark with Kane, which is definitely an underrated character. I know that for a fact. I have gotten wrecked by him against my buddies several times. Alright. Let's see how this goes. I've had mixed luck with Joker so far. He's just a very tanky character. I think with that new Dark VC that's coming out with the HP up 25%, it's really going to work well for him. Alright, gets the protect off AoE on everybody. Helena throws the barrier. Kane gets revitalize off, but he may not get courage off. But he can take off the courage of one of the characters, which he will likely do on the next turn. Esther takes Helena's first hit. Joker's still buffing. Celis goes for the limit break. I'm pretty sure Helena's going to use her limit break on the next turn, and Celis cannot use her runic ability to block Helena's limit break, as far as I know. Kane goes for the limit break. It doesn't get the slow off, surprisingly. Alright, Esther gets the hit. Helena goes for the limit break. Probably going to take down Esther, although I'm pretty sure she has courage on right now. She does. Astrius is going to run out, going after Kane. Throws the limit break. This is an awesome ability because he gets that next hit right after it that takes them down. Absolutely insane. Pretty sure that hit will take down someone on courage and or re-raise right after they if the main part of the limit break takes them both down. Ooh, both of them fall. Alright, Astrius versus Joker. Let's see how it goes. Joker runs in, throws the ambush. Oh, gets the CT up. He's out of AP, and Astrius takes him down. You can see his counter ability right there was super clutch, did 3k damage, raised him 20 AP, and then he was able to take the fight. Super, super close. But hey, you know, we're taking... Other than the first fight, these have all been 120 teams. I haven't been checking the trust stones, and, you know, so they may not have them built, or they may be only, like, partially through the passives. It's likely that that's the case. I think you can tell when you fight a team that has all the trust stones built. They're just absolutely insane. But yeah, doing pretty good, and we're down to rank 368 right now. Okay, this is Yuna, Charlotte, Esther. Let's see. Okay, so we have Esther, but we have 2 water units. We're at 3-0. You know what? Screw it. Let's go for the Earth team. Let's just see if we can pull it off. This would be freaking crazy. Astrius at 115 and Esther being lightning going against mono Earth. But you never know. Let's see how this goes. The entire team is physical, and so with Celis being a magic tank primarily, they have another advantage in that regard. But, you know, I like being the underdog in fights, so bring it on. This is interesting. They are just frickin' blitzing right now. Hopefully Astrius... I think that Astrius is going to use his HP buff again. Oh, he doesn't even do that. Wow, that was an insane amount of damage. Esther takes down Zazan. Both of them getting healed. Celis at a little bit less than half health right now, but holding up. Hopefully she can keep them away from the other 2 DPS units for now. Oberon comes in with the guaranteed hit. Esther running out, going to throw the limit break. Probably not going to do very much. Also, I don't think she got off courage. Ooh, she got the accuracy down, but he still used the guaranteed hit, and she is down. This is probably going to take down Esther in one shot. Ooh, and it's Astrius who gets taken down in one shot. That was actually super smart of Oberon, but it's not enough. We literally just took down Mono Earth, so now we are 4-0 right now, down to rank 300. Yeah, I mean, he's a freaking crazy unit. Like, it's a legendary unit. So for all of you guys that have pulled him and are slowly building him, you are in for a treat. Okay, so what do we got? We fought Mono Wind, we fought Mono Dark, we fought Mono Earth, we fought Mono Light. I think the only thing left is Mono Ice. This is a Yin Yang Ice Light team. Let's see if we can find an Ice team. Doesn't look like there is. Okay, so here is a Lightning team. 115 Esther, then there's Charlotte and Cloud. You know what? Let's see. This is going to be Ibarra. You know what? Screw it. We have the total disadvantage here, but I am curious how the team does hold up. You know, in Guild War, you can't, on a defense team, you can't choose who you fight. So it's good to know how you match up against your opposing element. So let's see how this goes. We were able to take Mono Earth, but we only had one unit that was weak over there. Now we have 2 units that are weak. Okay, Charlotte gets off the hate buff. Cloud is on Sharpshoot, and he's not going to get off Bells. Okay, so that's looking positive for us so far. Esther gets off Courage. She's off onto the side. Other Esther gets off Courage. Okay, she's going to hit like a frickin' tank. That Esther is going to eat Celis alive. If she can survive long enough to get to Esther's next hit. Cloud goes for Soldier's Honor. Astrius throws on the Courage buff with the defense pen. Esther runs in. Cloud does his signature reflex, which happens every single time. Alright, pretty good damage. Charlotte throws the quick action. Nice. I really like that buff. You don't see it very much. It's what I'm running on Esther right now. Oof. Cloud dealing some pretty heavy damage to Astrius right there. Esther gonna re-hit Esther with her own limit break. Doesn't quite take her down. Astrius running into the fray. Takes down Charlotte. Esther goes for Cloud. Doesn't quite take him down. He goes for Esther. She's on Courage. She gets the quick action and gets to go again. Super clutch. That is exactly why I love that buff. And Esther takes her down. Alright, so now it is Esther versus Astrius. He gets the first move, but he is lower in health. Wow, she's extremely tanky. This is never going to work. He gets the prescient advantage. He's down to Courage. And he is going for the limit break. This is the end-all, be-all right here. Can this do it? 3,980 and the Crystal Tracer for the frickin' win. Can you believe that right now? So that was against a full Mono Lightning team right there, with 2 water units and Esther. So that just blew my mind. I honestly thought that I was just going to blow my winning streak going for that battle. So yeah, for any of you guys who are also building Astrius or who have other versions of these units, I'm so curious to hear your guys' suggestions for different builds, different comps. You guys have had so many cool suggestions so far. I'm always happy to hear them. It's helping me make stronger teams, which is, you know, such a great joy for me in this game. That was really, really fun. This team just went 5-0. We're literally in the top 500 of Arena. I think we're down to like the 200s right now. So yeah, I think that for now, I'll probably leave it off there. I just wanted to add real quick that I am going to be doing a little introduction of myself when this video ends, with a little clip talking about some projects I'm working on, some adventures I've done around the world, like running with the bulls, living in monastery in Nepal with the monks, going to university in Japan, stuff like that, why I love Final Fantasy and why I'm doing the things that I do right now. So if you guys want to check that out, that clip is going to start playing when this video ends. For all of you who are just interested in War of the Visions, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care and peace.
Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here in the flesh. So today I wanted to take a little bit of time to just introduce myself to you guys and talk a little bit about a project that I've been working on for about 3 years now. My name is Bodhi J.M.S. Ryder. I'm a world adventurer and a fantasy novelist. I've loved Final Fantasy ever since I was 13 years old, and I got a PS1 and FF7 for my birthday present. Ever since then, I think that Final Fantasy has, kind of deeply impacted my life to the point where I actually sign Cloud on my driver's license still. Pretty nerdy, but I love the whole Final Fantasy series as a whole, and it really kind of funneled me into the path of a fantasy storyteller, where I started working on all different kinds of works. I'm the author of the Curseborn Saga, which I've been working on for about 12 years now. And, I believe that in order to tell good adventure stories, you have to live adventures first. And so I have traveled all around the world. I've ridden a bicycle across Spain. I ran with the bulls. This is actually a sash from Pamplona where you run with the bulls. I have been surfing for half my life. I've surfed waves up to the size of a maybe 2-story house. I'm an avid rock climber. I've climbed vertical cliffs up to 700 or 800 feet. I went to university in Japan for 2 years, and I speak a decent amount of Japanese. I'm a little rusty now since it's been a bit, but one of the last big adventures I did was I went and I lived with the monks in Nepal in a monastery. And while I was over there, I was really inspired by the people and a friend of mine that I met named Suzant, and I ended up writing a novel called The Monastery, and I named the main character after him. I'm super excited to be announcing that we are going to be releasing for free the first 3 chapters of the novel on Wattpad coming up soon, and then in the future launching a Kickstarter, our first Kickstarter ever, trying to promote and launch this book. 50% of the proceeds will go to supporting a Tibetan children's village. I don't know if you guys know about the situation in Tibet. It's tough for them, so hopefully this can bring them some aid. And then the other half of the charity will go to supporting the building of a monastery close to Suzan's hometown in Nepal. And they were hit pretty hard in Nepal from the pandemic, and so we want to do something kind for people in the act of putting out this book, which is right here, The Monastery. It's been a project of mine for a few years. It is a very simple tale about a prince who is raised by a cobbler. And for people who have read books like The Alchemist or The Little Prince, simple, thought-invoking stories, I think that you will really like this novel. So I'm really excited to be announcing it and finally getting it released. So I will let you guys know when the stories will come up on Wattpad, or the chapters, and we will be subsequently releasing 2 chapters a week, basically up until, I guess, the point that it is finished. So that being said, it's nice to finally meet you guys, put a face to the voice, and I'll be seeing you guys in War of the Visions soon. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Take care and peace.